From coach controversy to quarterback controversy. Hi everyone and welcome to Sports Scene. I'm Carlo Jimenez.
And I'm Nicole Shearin. USC's quarterback competition continued in last night's practice, but the hot hand was missing. Freshman Jackson Dart was held out with a knee injury he suffered in the Trojans' Week 3 blowout over Washington State. The injury didn't force Dart out of the game, which is part of why USC has a quarterback battle on its hands in the first place. Dart set a USC record with 391 passing yards in his debut after Kedon Slovis exited early on. Slovis injured his neck in the first quarter but was back in action yesterday, taking first-team reps at practice. He spoke about his mindset approaching the weekend.
Get myself ready to play for Saturday as best I can, and trying to help my teammates as much as possible. I'm not really focused so much on that. I'm excited for him. He had a great game, and honestly, that's what we expect. He's a great player, great quarterback. He showed that all fall camp, and excited for him and what he's done for.
All right, Carlo, I'm just going to flat out say it. Dart to start. He has a hot hand, so why take that away from him? Donte has no loyalty to Slovis. If Donte wants a shot at being the permanent head coach, he has to win games, and Dart, in my opinion, is his guy for that right now.
Listen, Dart to start is flashy, it sounds good, the kid wears eye black between his left eye, it's cool, but it's not the right move. Kedon Slovis, last time he played Washington State, 5 touchdowns, 7 incompletions. That's ridiculous. His 5 touchdowns in the first half tied a USC record. I just can't imagine not playing him. Dart played well, but against a poor team that USC has had success against throughout its history. They've only lost 10 times ever to Washington State. You gotta start Kedon Slovis next weekend.
I mean, Carlo, you have a point, but Dart is the guy. He has the fire. Slovis in practice yesterday, if I'm being honest, he didn't have that energy. He didn't have that zeal that Dart does. So I think right now is the time. Put Dart in. Donte can't be too trigger happy. Let Dart get in the groove a little bit. And then if the game starts getting away from the Trojans, then is the time to put Slovis in. But for now, I really think Dart's our guy.
I'm going to disagree a little bit. Kedon Slovis in his media was all of 2 minutes, and he said, I'm preparing for Saturday 5 times. Kedon is ready to go. He might not look like it on Tuesday, but when Saturday at 7:30 rolls around, it's going to be Kedon Slovis to lead this offense. The quarterback controversy isn't the only headline, though, of this weekend. Donte Williams grew up 3 miles from the Coliseum, and on Saturday night, he will lead his Trojans out as interim head coach for the first time. Williams said today after the Washington State game that he hopes the big Coliseum crowd is a, quote, big-time problem for Oregon State. He said he's hopeful for a sellout, and given the excitement of Trojan fans after Week 3, he might just get one. Well, Nicole, USC looked really like a completely different team against Washington State from the loss against Stanford. Under Donte Williams, what are some things that stood out in your eyes in his debut?
Donte Williams could not be, in my opinion, the more perfect coach for the Trojans right now. He brings that energy. He brings that fire. I mean, we all saw him literally kiss Jackson Dart on the sidelines after that first touchdown. What more could you ask for from a head coach? I think this is the guy the Trojans need right now.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, this is a guy who talked about accountability all week. That was his big word. Drive number 2, Liam Jimenez, his best offensive lineman, gets called for a false start, and he pulls him for a snap. You just don't see coaches doing that, pulling their best offensive linemen. So it's Donte Williams' show, and he's talking the talk and walking the walk and setting a great example for an energized Trojan team.
Carlo, I really could not agree more. And you know what? It is certainly an exciting time for the Trojan football team, but they're not the only team at USC bringing some momentum into the weekend. Sam, what do you have for us on soccer?
Thanks, Nicole. That's right. We've talked enough American football. Let's get into some real football. USC soccer is preparing to open its Pac-12 schedule against Oregon State on Friday. If the past 3 games are any indication, the Beavers will have their hands full in stopping the Trojan attack. USC has scored a combined 12 goals across its last 3 games, part of a 5-game winning streak. These 4 goals came in a dominant victory over Cal State Northridge on Sunday. The Trojans are so hot right now, they don't even need 2 cleats. Forward Penelope Hawking scored her 4th goal of the season just a few seconds after losing her left shoe. I want to talk a bit about the Trojans' defense, though, because that's been the biggest turnaround for this team early on. Starting the season in a back 5, this team was plagued by mistakes due to inconsistent rotations and starting lineups. leading to mistakes like this, where Breckin Mazingo runs right through the USC backline for the BYU opening goal. Minutes later, a similar mistake leads to a BYU free kick and the goal that would prove to be the winner. But that all changed when the Trojans went to Ann Arbor 2 weeks ago to take on the 24th ranked Wolverines. And Anna Smith's massive penalty save in the first half and the installation of a back four saw them through to a 1-0 overtime victory, and they've never looked back. They followed that up with 3 more shutouts, and Burns, Courtnall, Martin, and Eisenhart starting along that back four every single game has led to a cohesion that's just evident. Even here where they make mistakes, where Martin creates the turnover, Courtnall pounces on it, and Martin has the awareness to step up and draw the Western Michigan defender offside. Even the press has been active. The attackers have been getting involved in the defense as well, winning the ball up high and creating chances, and it was on full display on Sunday against CSUN, where they put it all together. We see here a corner kick dealt with perfectly. Each player calm and decisive, and it leads to a poor chance that just trickles wide. And we see here, Jada Talley wins the ball up high, creates a chance, and plays in Croy Bethune, and just misses, and we play it out for a corner kick. USC's defense has been playing extremely well in limiting opponent chances, but it's also been effective in creating chances for the USC attack as well. And that's the reason this USC team is playing some of the best soccer in the country right now.
Well, appreciate it, Sam, all the insight. Guys, a big weekend for USC athletics, soccer and football, playing against Oregon State at home. Will the Trojans go 2-0, or will they run into a dam against the Beavers?
I'm going to be bold, guys, and say that it's going to be an Oregon State takedown this weekend. It's not going to be easy, though. The Trojans are coming off of a win, but so is Oregon State. So that game, it's going to be tough. It's going to be close. But for soccer, they're coming off a 5 winning streak. I believe that they are going to get it done. Could this be number 6? What do you think, Sam?
You know, I hate to admit it, but I only see one victory over Oregon State coming this weekend, and it's going to be from the real football team. This USC soccer is playing incredible right now. They're organized in defense, they're decisive in attack, and they're going to be too much for that Beaver team to handle, and we just can't say the same for USC football right now.
Well, it's definitely going to be an interesting weekend, and we'll see who is right. That's going to do it for this show of Sports Scene. I'm Carlo Jimenez.
And I'm Sam Reno. Have a good afternoon, everybody, and make sure to follow along with all our sports coverage this weekend at & Media Sports on Twitter.
And I'm Nicole Shearin. You can catch another Sports Scene next week and find us on the web at uscannonburgmedia.com.